Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Holme. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing some Franchise Hockey Manager 2, and I'm a little under the weather, so we are going to be condensing things just a little. So, not too much time to mess about. Tampa Bay overcame Montreal in that game 5, sort of blowout almost there. Kind of expected to see that. Ottawa over Toronto as well in 5 again. We thought that might be the case. Washington lost out to Columbus in a 7-game thriller that we did not see coming, and New York Islanders absolutely trashed the New York Rangers, which I kind of picked the Islanders there, but not in 4 games. That is spectacular. On our side of this bracket, this playoff bracket, in the West, San Jose overcomes Vancouver in 6. Yeah, fair enough. St. Louis over Arizona in 5. What? Chicago overcomes the newcomers of Minnesota in 6 games. Fair enough, and we put Nashville away in 6 ourselves. So Ottawa Senators will face the Tampa Bay Lightning. Number 1 versus number 2. Fairly sort of standard. That's going according to plan there. No Pittsburgh in it at all this year. No Dallas either. No New Jersey, who's been about in the last few in the last playoff run. So kind of an interesting matchup there, Ottawa versus Tampa Bay. And then down the bottom, Columbus versus the New York Islanders. Columbus overcame the Washington Capitals. I still fancy the Islanders to take that. I think Islanders versus Tampa Bay. I wouldn't be surprised though if Ottawa did get through with their great defensive core. On our side of the bracket, once again, it is San Jose versus St. Louis. I think that is a tough game, but I'm backing San Jose. And Chicago, Colorado, that's what we're about to decide. We are up in a best-of-7 game here. We should win, hopefully. Hopefully. So there's the squad. That's the good players we've got now. Those are the good players we've got for the future. Those are the players sorted on best form. Pause the video. Dissect it as you want. Matt Duchene is top of the category no matter which way you look at it. So today we're just getting into this game. We're going to run through these games fairly quickly and analyze as we go. So let's see there. A few shots now for Chicago. Looks like we're getting back into it though. Interesting first period. Nothing much happens there. Power play for each without shooting them. What else? A couple of giveaways and we're losing face-offs. Usually that means we would be scoring goals, but that's not the case right now. Hopefully it will translate to that in this game. Brent Seabrook and Matt Duchene there being naughty. Wonder what happened there. Let's speed up this second period. Then we're peppering their goal with so many shots, but we can't find a way through. Corey Crawford is keeping us at bay. Can we keep Jonathan Taves quiet in this game? Can we get something going with our superstars? Oh, yes, Ekman Larsson there. Finally solved the Corey Crawford problem. Defense steps up strong. We go 1-0 up in the series after a 1-0 win in the game. Power play is awful, I've got to say that. Shots were good. Face-offs, we gave up a lot. Apart from that, those stats look good to me. We're out-hitting them, less penalty minutes. Giveaways aren't really an issue. We do that and we still come out ahead normally. So, overall, a pretty good game. So we're just going to skip. Zemgus is fine. He's fine. He's a big, strong boy. I'm sure he'd be fine. I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's out. 0% fitness. I'm sure he's actually out, but that means we've got to sort out the lines somehow. And also more feedback needed, guys. Do we trade Ryan O'Reilly? And maybe Stahl, bring in a youngster again for the centre. Push Lowry up maybe to third line centre. McKinnon drops in as our second line centre and pulls Jarvi Tippett at 1 and 2 there. Gergenson's maybe being traded next season to get another couple of youngsters in this team. I don't know. Like, I want your feedback there. Does that make sense? Etc. Etc. What are we gonna do? One interesting thing to notice though is that, you know, we are actually, you know, running out of time on this game, because the third iteration, Franchise Hockey Manager 3, has just been announced. It comes complete with licensing from the NHL, and it should be heading our way, I believe, October or November, one or the other. Let's see, 13 and 12s. Home is not as ready. Francis is not going to be ready, is he? Zadina would have been. Oh, yes, I could call up Desjardins and throw him over on the right wing. Cololi, I guess, is my man, no. So I'll bring him up. Yes, might as well bring up Desjardins as well, because he's going to be the most likely to be used if we do have injuries. So let's fill our roster out for this. We're going to put Cole Ully in on all the lines. Whoops. That we had Zemgis. Because, is that it? Oh, on the power play point. Let's not do that though. Let's tip it up, and we got rid of, who was that? Lowry? Okay. So I'm going to restack the power play a little bit. Put Owen Tippett out there. So Uli, right, 4 on 4. Do I want anything better there? Probably. Is anyone else unhappy with game time? I don't believe so. We could get away with that, but Jordan Starr's going to come in 4 on 4 then. And yeah. Come to move vodka up, and I don't know what to do here. Style to Shane Riley. I think it's got to be Landy, hasn't it? Let's put Landy in there. Just give us a bit more pizzazz on the penalty kill. So I think that puts us in good position without Zemgis for this sort of next game or two. I'm not sure how long he was actually out for. Let's see what we can do. So, I'm happy. Let's go into today's game with the Blackhawks. Try not to see the other results as much as possible. You can see we are dominant, really. Penalty kill isn't our greatest. Goals against the power play, not the greatest either, but in most categories we are sort of leading the way or very close behind, so happy with that. And look at that, Nate McKinnon gets a goal early, a little bit different from the last game, and we get a second there, Aaron Ekblad. Oh, Ekman Larson though, as soon as we come back off the penalty kill, we didn't manage to do anything with those 2 power plays. Sadly, that's still an issue where we should be doing better. We should get some production off that power play sort of unit, and that's not happening right now. But so far we're 3-0 up here in game 2. There's 4. Young Comtois gets there. Patrick Kane gets his first goal of this series, and Chicago have got something to work off, but it's a bit late. It's hopefully too little. Petrangelo there gets number 5. We're going to keep it quiet now until the end of the game. No more goals for Chicago, as I thought. Poor power plays from both sides, or great penalty kills, whichever way you want to look at it. Phenomenal shots from us. I'm really happy that we're back up there. And yeah, the block shots, it's down to about a third, less than half, which is a lot better than it was. A few tweaks might have gone our way. Face-offs, great. Giveaways, not worried about. Hits, competitive, not great, but takeaways we made up for. So the combination of these two pretty much puts us evenish. You know, slight advantage to them, but evenish. So overall, very happy with game number 2. Very, very happy. See, everybody's going up. Gotta like that. Scouting reports. Yeah, come on. Kind of got to ignore those. Assign more scouts. Shane, ooh. Shane. What's the matter? I feel you. That's kind of what I got going on right now. Strained forearm. Yeah, you're out. You're done for the series. So, Zemgus will not return. I guess Uli is going to play. And, yeah, I'm okay with that. So, yeah, let's just finish up today. Oh, come on. I know Shane's injured. He'd be fine. He got the flux. So we're just going to skip through these 2 days on the screen so we don't see the other results. Kind of want to go in after 4 games and see how the other series have unfolded too. So he's got 3 days. Do I want to... You know, we got Adam Larson there. He's there. He's not doing anything. I think we just replace on all lines. Great. So let's get into the Blackhawks game then. So Cole Ollie on that 4th line. We've got Adam Larson there on the 3rd defensive line. We're doing okay. I think that Gibson is playing fairly well. A little bit better than predecessor Corey Schneider. And look at this, Landeskog with an early gog. Sadly, it looks like Duncan Keith has equalised very early on. And Hartman, we're behind for the first time in this series. Not what we want to see. Certainly not what we want to see. Let's get back into this then, boys. Time to step up and outshoot them. Duchesne lights the lamp. There he is. Big Matty. And Adam Lowry puts us back in there. Barron steps up. Wow, okay. Didn't expect that to happen. And, yeah. So let's look at this, though. Power plays, we scored 2 out of 4. That's a little better than it was. Shots is still good. Face-offs, we're starting to get snowballed a little bit on the face-offs. And the giveaway takeaway battle is the same. And yeah, so I don't think we're being aggressive enough. I think they've stepped up the aggression. And it's given us goals, but it's also given them goals. I think that's equalised out. So that's probably a good thing for them overall. In 3rd period, anybody going to do something? Oh, Ekblad. Landeskog. Ekblad. Get in. Yes, sir, I can boogie. So, it looks like every time that we do something, they do something. There is Jonathan Taves. Let's speed up. Corley, halfway through this 3rd period, gets goal number 5 for the Avs and the game winner. Wow, Corley getting into the action there, replacing Zemgus Girgensons. We change out 1 defender and we kind of went, into a bad place in terms of defensive capabilities. Ryan O'Reilly's injured, but he can play through that, I have no doubt. Let's see what it is. Back stiffness for a day. You know what? We're going to be done in a day. We're going to be back to Chicago. So, I'm happy to see Ryan O'Reilly just continue on. So, he's 80% fitness for this game. And he's out for 1 more day. Okay, so we just go again, I guess. Yeah, we go again. Ryan O'Reilly, he'll be fine. He's a tough boy. 80%, we're just going to have to try and keep an eye on him throughout the game and see what happens there. First shot goes to us, which is always a nice thing. Let's start racking them up, grab a goal, and put Chicago away. First period, is goalless, but we are in the advantage there. Face-offs are ours, shots are ours. They've got the hits, but it has been fairly even throughout, I think. And it's still even until power play for Jonathan Taves, but then Jordan Stahl right to the death. He's not having any of that. We're not going in behind. Puts the team on his back at the end of that second period, carrying us forward. Who's going to step up? Who's going to get the game winner that puts us through to the Western Conference Final? Let's go. Jesse Puljajavi, I am calling you out. But it's Jonathan Taves for Chicago, and Hjalmarsson there, empty netter at the end. We don't see too many of those. We do not see too many of those at all. So let's finish up the day and see what kind of results came in on Game 4. Fairly tight. Fairly tight. St. Louis, San Jose, a goal in that. Tampa Bay, Ottawa, a goal in that. The Islanders over Columbus, doing fairly well there. Let's get round to Game 5 for us then. Let's line it up. We are 3-1 up in this series. And at this point... standings. Let's go see. So we're 3-1 up. San Jose, St. Louis is 2 apiece. All of them are 2 apiece. Wow. If we can get this done and these all go to Game 7, we'll get our injured players back and we're able to get a little bit more fitness and maybe that works out. Columbus, though, surprising me. I would have thought that would have been a 5 or a 4 game series for the Islanders. That I expected to be close between Ottawa and Tampa Bay. Same for San Jose, St. Louis, really. So I give the edge to Tampa Bay and more of an edge to San Jose. I give the entire series to the Islanders. So, okay, couple of interesting games out there. Let's put Chicago to bed. First period. Yeah, Brandon Saad. Nice to see him back on that goal trail. Especially in the playoffs. We haven't seen enough of that from big, bad Brandon Saad. So, second period. Don't concede. Okay, good. We are up, ignoring the power plays without shooting them fairly well. We're winning face-offs, not so many giveaways, and, we're losing the hit battle. But I prefer the offense and the goal-scoring battle than just the hit. This could be it. This could be the game to put us into those Western Conference Finals. I think that we should be there. I think we've got enough of an advantage in this series. But I think we deserve to be there, and we need to prove it. Yeah. Duncan Keith again. Defenseman coming up fairly big for Chicago with the assists and goals over this last few games. We go in overtime. Right. Do I need to change anything? Do I need to change anything? Might need to tweak the hits a little bit. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our third and fourth line. Checking's very active. Okay. Let's go very active on both then, I guess. See if we can't get a few more hits in there to disrupt them. And we're in overtime. On the penalty kill, that's not a good combination. Jordan, stay out of that box. 14 minutes on the clock. Do not let this go to shootout, boys. Someone step up. This has been very good for Chicago as Ryan O'Reilly makes it out there. Kololi, Mikhail Bodka. Thank you, Mikhail. Kololi as well stepping up big in this game. He gets us our third victory in this series. He gets the assist on the game winner in Game 5 to send us through. I'm so glad that he stepped up. I was a little worried about that. So, that's kind of how things are. So now we can just head over to the playoff screen and watch the rest unfold. Let's go to next week. and see what happens. But a good series for us. Ottawa takes a lead over Tampa Bay, and the Islanders do move ahead. So it looks like I'm sort of 50-50 there. San Jose take that lead, so not too bad. Ottawa close it out. Did not expect it that close. But New York do overcome Columbus in 6. Okay. St. Louis overcome. Wow. St. Louis overcome the Sharks to put themselves in the Western Conference Final against us. Did not expect. Really did not expect. So fair play to them. They did really, really well. And we've got a game on our hands. We've got a game on our hands. Good goaltending, a good defenseman, and a couple of good attackers. No real weaknesses. They're big, they're tough, they got some goal-scoring potential. They got good leadership from the veterans as well going forward. Okay, not kind of what I expected, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let's go look at the other side of the tree then. So Ottawa versus New York. Ottawa defeating Tampa Bay and Toronto. Nice little run for them. New York Islanders overcoming Columbus Blue Jackets and the Rangers. So pretty decent run for them as well. If I had to pick, it's the offensive might of New York versus Ottawa's defensive course. You know, that's a tough one. That is a tough one for me to choose. I think slight Islanders there. Slightly the Islanders should go through. Yeah, they've won it before. They've got a good offensive core. And, you know, a couple of scary players. John Tavares there, who is, at this stage, is you know, one of the best in the league, I've got to say. He really is. They got some good backup as well on the wings. They got some good defensemen. So, I don't see too much wrong with the Islanders. Ottawa, of course, there's not much wrong with them as well. Again, they got something up on attack, but not quite as much. And, yeah, they're still waiting for people like Nylander to actually come through. So, they will be more of a force, but really it's all about Erik Karlsson and Jerabek right now. Not great goaltending to back them up. So I think I got to give it to New York slightly. And of course, I'm backing us to defeat the St. Louis Blues to get into the Stanley Cup final and try and win 3 in a row. So, like I said earlier, the third iteration of the game is coming out in about a month or so, and yeah, you know, month and a half maybe. We're not sure on the actual date yet. I think it was like October something, and I've got a new, you know, the new Football Manager 2017 that will be out in November, I believe. So, a couple of early Christmas presents there, hopefully for me, and we'll be able to get some new series on the new games up as soon as possible. But we've still got this one to close out. It's going to be a tough battle. I think we can get through. And then it's either our offense against the Islanders' offense led by John Tavares, or we've got to overcome Karlsson and that defensive powerhouse in Ottawa. I don't know how things are going to turn out. I'm hopeful of at least getting to the final, though. Hopefully these injuries will sort themselves out. I'm off to check all that and see who we can play and how we can get this job done and go out on a high with the Avalanche before the next iteration of this game comes out. I hope you come back, see how it all plays out. Western Conference Final, best of 7 up next, and then hopefully a Stanley Cup Final to round things out. Excuse me. So, thanks for watching. Mine has been Chris Holme. Come back next time and take care until you do.